friends. I'm Dr. Mushir Ahmed, Associate Professor, Department of Business Administration, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University. We are here to discuss the topic, the subject, business communication. This will be a series of few lectures on this subject, and we will be covering the different aspects and dimensions of business communication. This module or the syllabus of business communication consists of 4 units, and we will be covering all of them in the lectures that will be in sequence with this. So here we go. Now, if we talk about business communication, so business communication consists of two words, business and communication. So let us understand them one by one. First of all, if we talk about communication, what is communication? The word communication has been originated from the Latin word communis, which means common, and the word business means any commercial activity which is undertaken for the sake of earning profit and making money. So if we combine both the terms, that is business and communication or business communication, it becomes all that communication which is made in order to make money or which is made in order to do some business. So business communication is the communication that is being made for the sake of a particular business whose motive is profit. Now, if we get into a little detail, then communication basically involves two things: act of communicating something and the manner in which it is being communicated. Manner like letters, circulars, memos, office orders, so on and so forth. Communication is an integral element of interpersonal behavior of an organization. Communication is totally inseparable from an organization. Communication always exists in an organization, and no situation can come up where there's absolutely zero amount of communication. Now, human beings interact with each other through communication. It is the ability to communicate effectively that has enabled the people. It is just the communication. It is the ability to communicate effectively that has enabled the people to build organization and societies for better living. Communication has an important or a prominent role to play in an organization. It has acquired additional prominence in advertising, public relations, and also in brand building of modern organizations. Communication has gained momentum in nowadays. Only those who can communicate well can gain importance in the organization at a very fast rate. In the age of information and communication technology, business has become complex, and it's always strive for better cooperation and coordination through the effective use of communication. Effective business communication is today an extremely desirable skill, and a good communicator is often seen as an efficient corporate person who can manage his responsibilities well. Now, if we get into the meaning of communication, let's get a closer look of communication. As Hudson said, communication in itself, यहाँ पे कट होगा, यहाँ से start होगा. Now, if we get into the meaning of the communication, we can see that A thinker, a philosopher, a scholar is there named Hudson. He said communication in its simplest form is communicating the information from one person to another. Now, in the words of Allen, communication is the sum that involves all the things a person does when he wants to create an understanding in the minds of other. It is the bridge of meaning. It involves a systematic and continuous process of telling, listening, and understanding. So, particularly, both these definitions, as given by Hudson and as given by Allen, covers various dimensions and different aspects of communication. Now, the we can define communication as an interchange of thought or information to create mutual understanding and confidence. It is the exchange of facts, ideas, and viewpoints which brings about commonness of interest, purpose, and efforts. Common forms of communication include speaking, writing, signaling, and gesturing. Now, let's see a few definitions of communications. According to Murphy and his associates, simply stated, communication is a two-way process of exchanging ideas or information. Now, according to Hugh Hammond, communication is the process of passing information and understanding from one person to another. It is the process of imparting ideas and making oneself understood by others. Now, coming down to the third definition of communication, which is given by Louis A. Allen, he said, communication is the sum of all things one person does when he wants to create an understanding in the minds of other. It is a bridge of meaning. It involves a systematic and continuous process of telling, listening, and understanding. So these are some of the universally accepted definitions of communication which are read and taught in different universities across the globe. Now, let's get into the features of communication. Like every concept, communication also has a few features of its own. First of all, communication is a two-way process. Communication is possible only when there are at least two persons, one sender and the another one is the receiver. This means that communication cannot be possible with a single person. One person alone cannot communicate. Now, if we see the second characteristic of the communication, it is information sharing with others and creating understanding. Communication involves both transfer of information as well as understanding between two or more persons. This means that communication does not take place simply because the information has been transferred or conveyed to the person concerned. What is equally important here is that the receiver of communication should understand the information transferred to him as it was intended to be. The third feature of communication is that it may be verbal or non-verbal. Communication is not restricted only to the transfer of information through the words. It may also be non-verbal. A manager can communicate through symbols, gestures, and actions which are non-verbal in nature. Now, the fourth feature of communication is circular flow. The flow of communication is circular in nature. That is, the process of communication starts when the sender transmits the message to the receiver and is completed when the receiver sends the feedback to the sender. Fifth characteristic of communication is goal oriented. Communication is always goal oriented. In marriage, the end result of communication is understanding between the sender and the receiver of the information. The fifth, the sixth characteristic of communication is continuous process. Exchange of ideas and opinions among people working in the organization is a continuous process. It never stops. It keeps on going and going and going. Communication is as important in the organization as the flow of blood in the human body. The seventh feature of communication is pervasiveness. Communication is a pervasive activity. It takes place at all levels in the organization, whether it is top, whether it is middle, whether it is low, and also in the all functional areas, including production, finance, marketing, personals, etc. of our business enterprise. So, friends, today we have learned what is communication and what are the features of communication. So, in the next class that we will be having, we will be discussing about the objectives of communication, role and importance of communication. So, thank you very much, and I wish that all of you should. So, friends, that's all with communication and the features of communication. In the next lecture, we will be discussing about the communication objectives, its role and importance. Thank you very much.